All right, guys, so next we have the Pathfinder panel. Pathfinder panel is going to continue to let us really grow and add our ability to make complex shapes using lots of different options. So for this, what I've done is got a series of worksheet panels for you that you are going to manipulate to practice all of the different options on the Pathfinder panel. And then we're going to actually practice and use the Pathfinder panel to make some really neat shapes. So before we can get started, though, we have to actually activate the Pathfinder panel. So in order to activate any panel, we're always going to go to the window menu. And it's got a series of different panels for you, and you can choose the one you want to use. So the other place that a lot of you are going to find some of these are over here in your secondary menu options or your properties panel. I've already got the Pathfinder on my properties. It's listed right there because I use it so much. The other cool thing is with the newer version of Illustrator, it used to be that you always had to activate whatever panel, and now it automatically pops up underneath your properties panel, and there it is, Pathfinder. Now it gives you just the limited one, and for us and our purposes today, I really want you to have the full panel. So I'm gonna activate that full panel and go to Window, Pathfinder, and it's going to pull it out. And I'm just going to drag that panel out so it just lives outside of this little shortcuts panel so that I can use it anytime that I need to. So this is just a series of practice exercises so that you can learn what the different shape modes and Pathfinder modes do. So what I've done is, again, like all the other worksheets, I have two layers for you. I have a working layer and a locked layer, and I need you to stay in the working layer. And these shapes, the yellow star and the blue circle, are available for you to click and manipulate. So I've got directions up here for you. Basically, all we're going to do on the first 2 pages of your worksheet is just practice and look at what they do. I'm going to ask you to do it once with the results, and then I'm going to ask you to do it as an outline. So I'm going to just do the first one, and then you're going to do the rest on your own so that you can see what they do, okay? So all we're going to do is hold down the Shift key on our keyboard and select the blue circle and the yellow star so that both are selected. In order to use the Pathfinder, you must have more than one object selected. You may not use the Pathfinder for more than one because what the Pathfinder does is it takes 2 things and either merges them or divides them or minuses them or intersects or trims. You have all these different options. So I'm going to do the first one with you, which is the unite option. And I'm just going to click that, and you're going to see it becomes a one harmonious shape, and it's merged the circle and the square. And I want you to see what that looks like with outline. So I'm going to do it again, and then I'm going to click over here, which I've got it circled for you, the outline option, so that you can actually see what that looks like. And I'm going to turn that stroke up so you can see it. So it shows you in 2 different ways. And the reason that's important is to see it with outlines is because on some of these, like I'll do this one for you real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. With this one, when I do this one, what it's going to do is it's going to show you, or actually that's not the one I'm thinking of. Which one do I want? Is this the one? When I exclude, nope. Oh, it's divide. Thank you. When I divide something, if you just hit the divide option, it's going to look like nothing happened. So when I choose outline, that's where I'm going to see that now what's happened is that I have different pieces rather than just a whole piece. Now there are pieces that are separate. So that's the reason I want you to do both. And I think it's important to do both is I want you to really look through. And then what I'm going to have you do is on the practice worksheet, I want you to figure out which Pathfinder you will need to create what you're seeing here below. For the first 4 exercises, what I've done for you is I've drawn for you the shapes that it will take to make your cloud, your football, your heart, and your moon. And then I want you to figure out using the Pathfinder which one of these would make the most sense to get the shapes that we're looking for in here. Easy peasy. And then for 5, 6, 7, 8, I have not shown you what to do. So you've got a star, you've got this hole and the different squares. And what shapes would it take for me to use to create these shapes? And what Pathfinder option would it take for me to create these shapes? That's a challenge for you. So when you're done with this worksheet, all you're going to do is file, save as, last name, first name, period, Pathfinder, and make sure you get it turned in and enjoy really kind of diving into the Pathfinder. And I really want you to think about what else can you use this Pathfinder panel to help you create when you're starting to draw and you're starting to create new things. Okay? All right. Thanks, guys.